Black's not a color. Black is the...
Whoa.
I mean, like, chromatically.
Soundbite of the week. That's the Easter egg.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Black's not a color.
Yeah, black absorbs all spectrums of light.
Yeah, black is supposed to be the absence of color.
Yeah,
Ooh.
where white is the reflection of all color.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why if we painted
Why
all
do
of
I
our...
feel so puffed up right now and like proud of...
Yeah,
Of learning basic color theory.
Yeah.
No, of my heritage for some reason.
There's no way to talk about color theory now in this context without it sounding racist.
That's true.
Welcome to the Part-Time Podcast. My name is Chris, and this week I'm joined by my full-time friends Tim.
Hoi hoi.
And Addison. We are on episode 47, and it's one after 46.
Man, you've always been so good at math.
Yeah. Some say the best at math.
Yeah, this is really your time to shine in this first like 30 seconds of the podcast. When you say what episode it is and you get it right every time.
I know.
I'm blown away.
Man, if this is my time to shine and that's the bar that's been set, then man, the rest of my life is pretty bleak.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my defense, I haven't taken a math class or probably done any math besides basic addition and subtraction since, let's see, 2009?
Wow.
2010?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was it. It was called Math for the Real World.
See, I'm always doing math because I have to balance my checkbook.
Oh yeah, I let Nap do that for
What did
me.
you just say?
I don't get why people still do that. Like, there's an app you can just look at your current balance at any time.
Right.
But
Yeah.
people do it.
You just spend money until your bank says overdraft, and you're like, I guess I better stop spending money.
No, so like my dad still pays with check for everything.
Oh no.
He has 4 checkbooks.
What?
Yeah.
Why different checkbooks?
Well, for different accounts.
Oh god.
Yeah.
One for each
Even
mistress.
though I set them all up on an app on his phone
Yeah.
and showed him how to look at them, he has this crazy convoluted way of like balancing money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you just open the app and then hit details,
Yeah.
it'll tell you everything's right there.
He keeps receipts
probably-
too, doesn't he?
Well, we have to keep receipts for the business,
No, likely
Yeah.
story.
tax purposes, so we don't have to pay him.
Yeah, Tim's only paid $75 in taxes in the last 8 years.
Well, let's Tim doesn't exist, so yeah, he actually has no income.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Don't
see.
worry
Okay.
about
Tim's on unemployment right now.
I wish. If I was smart, I would have done that.
Yeah. Gotten yourself fired.
Yeah.
I
I mean, I still technically work at Lowe's. I don't know how they sent me the paperwork to re-enroll for insurance.
Yeah.
I
hey,
haven't worked there in 3 months.
just if they're not going to fire you, I mean, this is like the Office Space scenario.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a glitch in the system.
You
Yeah.
should just show up one day and clock in.
Just walk in and like start working.
Or go into the break room and eat everyone's lunches and then leave.
Just take a shopping cart, empty out the refrigerators, just walk out.
Yeah.
I should do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, good move.
And then
Real
leave a
power
note
move.
that says from your rivals at Home Depot or something.
The guys at the orange store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that hardware store? It was orange, right?
What?
Home Depot?
No. There was like another like local hardware store like over by the mall.
Ace?
Oh, that's Orchard Supply.
Orchard, yeah.
They were green.
Oh, green.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did they go out of business?
Yeah.
Or are they still around?
They're an Ace Hardware now.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of name confusion. A lot of farmers went there looking for, supplies for their trees,
Yeah.
for the orchards.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because everything around there used to be an orchard. They're the only business left that still remembers that.
Yeah. You know what's still in business here is Visalia Lumber.
Mm-hmm.
And they still write all of their receipts are on triplicate.
Oh, the carbon paper.
Carbon copy paper.
Yeah.
And they write everything with mechanical pencils.
Ugh.
Heck,
They've always done that.
that's weird.
Yeah. I had to go in there because it was close to a job to buy a paintbrush.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, let me write this out for you. I was like, it's $4. Here's the $4. Let me walk out of here.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are you
Man.
writing so much?
I do so much work on the computer now that like my handwriting has deteriorated. Like I used to have handwriting I was proud of, and now I'm like, oh man, I gotta write something. I gotta slow down and make sure this is legible.
Yeah.
And I get like pretty annoyed if I have to write a check for anything. I'm like, I can't Venmo this to you. Like I can't.
Right.
I can't do like a digital transfer in some way. Like, come on. I almost don't want the business or to do business with something if I have to pay cash or use a check.
Yeah. I don't even own a checkbook.
Yeah, neither do I.
If they need some sort of like paper non-money money, I have to go get like a money order thing.
Yeah.
No, that's so
Traveler's
annoying.
check or whatever.
But who still does, like, why is that still a thing?
I don't know.
I carry cash now
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like trying to stay out of the bank off the
Off the system.
Yeah.
off the system.
Tim has a leather bag full of gold around his neck.
It's a pouch. Okay.
Yeah.
No, so I've just been carrying cash, and people get annoyed when I spend cash. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Especially when the cash is wet.
Oh, why is it wet?
Because people get sweaty.
Oh, why do you have cash where sweat gets?
Dude, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
People are so gross.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, man. Like, there's people who are so fucking chaotic with their money. So chaotic. And I'm like, I need to, like, follow you home and organize your money.
Right.
Like, oh.
I can't stand when they'll pull out like a wad of cash,
Mm-hmm.
and in that wad of cash is like 3 or 4 different piles of cash
Yes.
with like receipts
Oh,
wrapped
yeah.
around
Oh,
parts of
some
it.
gift cards in there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Your life is absolute chaos.
Yeah.
And I worry about you when I go home.
Right. At least my cash is all organized, like 1s, 5s, 10s,
Yeah.
20s, 100s.
Numerically and in the same direction, like face
Oh, yeah,
forward.
of course.
And yeah.
And then I take all of them out, square them all back up, and put them back in my wallet.
Yes.
Like, it has to be organized.
Yeah.
I have a wallet that won't even fit cash. It's just a card holder. And
Wow.
so if someone gives me cash, I'm like
Douche.
super annoyed because I'm like, it won't even fit in my wallet. Now I got to put it somewhere where sweat will touch.
If only they made something that held a small amount of cash and cards. God.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get is the people who come and they're always like, "Do you have Apple Pay?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Oh." So then they pull out their card and use their card.
Yeah.
I'm like, "You have your card.
Yeah.
What do you care?"
That's a separate level of douche.
There was that guy at Chipotle
Yeah.
the other day when we went to go eat who was in front of us, and he asked if he could pay with Apple Pay, and they're like, we don't do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I didn't even bring my wallet.
How did you drive here?
Yeah, so they were like, well, just go online and order it and pay for it. And so that's what he had to do. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Man.
How do you walk around without your wallet?
Right.
If I can't swipe my watch in front of your card reader, then how am I supposed to pay you, sir?
It's current year.
Yeah, I have my passport on me right now.
Yeah.
Stay strapped. I'm
That's
ready to
right.
go all the time.
Doesn't have a license anymore.
Whoa.
He's so off the grid.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a
I
blood
have
type.
I have a passport because it doesn't have an address. You don't need an address for a passport. Just America.
America's
No.
the address.
Yeah.
Well, how about while we're all on these thought-provoking subjects, how about I lay down a question for you guys just to get us started here.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
like questions.
Yeah, this one's a little bit of a brain teaser, and then then we can get into the juicy bits of this podcast. But so here it goes. Ready? What if God came down one day and just said, "Hey, it's pronounced Jod," and then just left?
Oh my God.
I imagine him being Will Arnett in that situation, and it's like it's Job, not Job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's
song
all
"What
I'm
If
seeing,
God
though.
Was One of Us" would be a lot different.
What if God was one of?
Yeah, what if
How did you even
what
say
if
it?
Jod,
Job?
J-O-D,
Jod?
what if Jod was one of us?
Jod. I can't even say it. Oh,
man.
well, he would have to be real for that to happen. So
Got him. Well, Tim just turned into a pile of ash and bone.
Oh, man.
That was strange.
One of my favorite comments from this question that I found said, "We'd all be like, 'No way,' and he'd all be like, 'Yahweh.'"
oh, that's some next level joke right there.
Yeah, you got to be a biblical scholar to get that one.
Yeah. But in Spanish, it would be Yod at that point. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. But Jod, yeah, just think about that one for a minute. Chew on that. Keep that in the back of your mind while we traverse through this week's what is going to prove to be challenging subjects. Speaking of that, Addison, I heard you got something for us this week.
I'm about to hand Tim a piece of paper here that has a article on it.
Okay.
And I've never seen this before.
He's never seen this before.
Let the record show. Okay.
Okay.
The stenographer knows he struck that from the record.
Red-haired teen sues his parents for $2 million for being born ginger.
What? You can do this?
Well, it's part of law now, so anything is possible.
There's precedent.
Yeah. Oh, and I feel terrible for this kid. This little Irish fuck. 13-year-old Liam Murphy. Like, could you be any more Irish? Like, redhead Liam Murphy. Wow.
So basically
Terrible.
the headline should be "Local Irish Youth Sues Irishman for Being Irish."
Okay, yeah, so 13-year-old Liam Murphy filed a wrongful life lawsuit against his red-haired parents, alleging that they knew their children would very likely inherit this undesirable trait.
Wow.
He claims that they caused him a voluntary prejudice by giving life to him, knowing that he would be born into a life of pain and suffering.
Where? So this is this case in Ireland, or is this an American case?
I think it's in the UK somewhere. Or,
Okay.
It comes to us via worldnewsdailyreport.com.
Okay, so it's not American because we don't participate in the world.
Yes.
Right.
We're of the world, but not in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Jod teaches us.
Oh. All right, so this little fuck is demanding $1.3 million for the entire experience of having a disabled life versus having a healthy mind and body, as well as an additional $800,000 in loss of enjoyment of life. There's a quote from this young lad.
Oh, yes, thank
My
you.
life is torture, the young boy told the press outside the courthouse. I keep being told that I have no soul or that I am from an endangered species.
Oh,
People
well, that
keep
part's true.
calling me Carrot Top, Strawberry Shortcake, or Ginger Free. And all of that is my parents' fault. They knew they were offering me a life of misery, and they selfishly decided to have children anyways.
Oh my gosh! Wow. As a judge, though, like, how do you hear that and not just be like, can't you just dye your hair, kid? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the roots would always show.
Yeah, and that doesn't fix the part about not having a soul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true. How much money do you need to buy a soul? Oh, wait, no,
Apparently it's $2 million.
No, we already know the answer to this question because he can use the money to buy a piece of Grimes' soul from that art exhibit she did.
Mhm.
Yeah. And $2 million. That's a big piece of it.
Yeah.
But how much soul of, like, how many pieces of someone else's soul do you have to own before, like, you can claim to be them? I know we kind of talked about this last time, but...
Yeah, 51%.
51%. Okay.
Yeah. You have to have what is it called? Like a buyer's share of it, or
But what if he
share?
What if he
Buyer's
diversified
share.
his soul portfolio and he just has like a ton of different kinds of souls in him?
Now, and would different races have more weight to their soul? Like, black people.
How are you calling them different races? Are those races different ethnicities? Isn't that?
I really don't know.
Because I think we're all the same. We're the human race.
Yeah.
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 In current year, I don't know the right answer.
I don't know if you can attribute those things to a soul though.
Okay. Yeah, but maybe because black people, they cook soul food. They've got the soul music.
All right.
They've got.
I'm shutting this down.
Soul.
I'm shutting that down right now.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so to wrap this up, this is the first time that such a claim has been filed concerning a physical trait and could therefore become a legal precedent for future cases. Both parties should return to court on April 12th for the beginning of the trial, which is expected to attract a lot of attention from the media.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll have to keep you up to date on what happens with this.
We're gonna keep our eyes to the sky.
Yeah.
And hopefully our little boy Liam here, gets what he deserves.
Yeah. Little ginger fuck.
The balls on this guy though, right? Like,
right. He's 13 years old.
yeah.
Right.
These little ginger balls.
It's like newly gingered balls.
Well, so I look at this as like either this kid is so assertive in his life that he found what he deems to be a loophole in the system to get rich quick, or he actually hates his life and himself so much that he wants to fix it with money, which he most likely won't get. But like, can you imagine just like hating every aspect about your life that much that you're like, I'm going to go to court and make sure the world knows this sucks?
Oh yeah, I could totally imagine a 13-year-old version of me doing this.
Do you remember that kid who changed his name, legally changed his name to like, it was really long. It was like Professor Superhero Awesome Pants or something like that.
Yeah.
And then he tried to change it back because he's like, I was getting bullied. And then the judge was like, no, you can't. You can't do that.
I won't let you. You have to fulfill your destiny now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have to become a professor superhero.
Right. But this
Professor
case,
X.
this case could upend that decision.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, wow. Wow, I can't wait to see how this develops.
Yeah. We'll know, I guess, mid-April.
Yeah.
How things are going.
Yeah. Well, stay tuned.
If we're ready to move on from this, I've got one we could talk about. Are either of you fans of licorice? I'm not really a big fan of licorice, but I'm just curious to know if either of you are.
Are you talking about red vines?
Yeah, or like legit like licorice.
Like
the
black.
black fruit that grows that gets turned into a disgusting candy.
I mean, if you want to be a nasty boy, like the black stuff, but you know.
Whoa!
It's current year, Chris.
Racist.
Check your prejudice.
Any type of licorice, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
So I've been known to like fuck with some Twizzlers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a weird palate, and I love black licorice.
Oh, you
Really?
do? Okay,
love
well,
the
great.
shit. Love it. It tastes like Jägermeister.
Does it? I wouldn't know. Well, this article I'm bringing to us this week says that a rare case of black licorice poisoning has killed a man in Massachusetts.
No,
That makes sense.
the forbidden fruit.
Yeah. Apparently, the licorice plant naturally contains a toxin. And I have no idea how to pronounce this. There are way too many Y's and R's and Z's in this thing, but it's like glycyrrhizin or something like that.
Oh yeah, glycyrrhizin.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know.
But
It checks out.
it says a 54-year-old construction worker died in Massachusetts recently after eating an excessive amount of black licorice, which naturally contains that toxin. Doctors,
you gotta love black licorice to have an excessive amount of it.
oh
Right.
yeah,
I never see it anywhere.
no, I try one maybe every couple of years to remind myself why I don't like it. But that's about it. And so some doctors published a case study from the poisoning just because it's such a rare thing. It ended up in the New England Journal of Medicine. And according to the study, this guy was at a fast food restaurant when he abruptly went into cardiac arrest.
Oh, wow.
He gasped suddenly, his full body was shaking, and then he lost consciousness. The paramedics arrived within minutes, and they were able to revive him through CPR and through a couple shocks of the defibrillator. But after about 30 minutes in the hospital, the doctors found he had multiple organ failures happening and profound metabolic derangements, which are dangerously low levels of potassium in his blood and cardiac arrest associated with ventricular fibrillation, which is when the lower chambers of the heart twitch erratically without pumping blood.
Yep.
That's VTech, right?
Yeah.
And all of that apparently are conditions that are consistent with licorice poisoning.
Wow. So was the licorice a bad batch, or was he eating so much licorice that he basically filled his entire bloodstream with black licorice?
So it says that when they talked to his family, they revealed that he had been eating 1 to 2 large bags of black licorice every day for 3 weeks.
Oh my god.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
and large is in quotes. So 1 or 2 large bags of black licorice every day for 3 weeks.
He's probably like quitting smoking or something like that.
Yeah,
and he's like, I need something.
Yeah, I'm assuming that large bag is like a 1 pound bag.
Oh,
like
shit.
you see like those family size red vines that are like a pound.
Yeah.
It's probably a pound. Like he's eating 3 pounds of licorice a day.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So apparently when you're like eating like any type of licorice, probably not so much like red vines or Twizzlers, you know, the stuff that's a little bit more on the artificial side. Anytime you eat something closer to like the raw version of licorice, you're poisoning your body a little bit. But when you're eating 1 to 2 large bags a day for 3 weeks, you're poisoning your body a lot of it.
Oh man.
Um,
What a way to go though.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. But what's crazy to me is this says that like medical researchers have known about the licorice plant's toxicity for a pretty long time. Like both in Eastern and Western cultures, it stretched back to like as far back as the Babylonian and the Egyptian Empire.
Oh.
Where they would try to use the licorice plant to treat things like asthma and dry coughs. And the Chinese medicine would try to treat tuberculosis and ulcers with it, but it would, like, if they gave people too much of it, they noticed adverse effects.
Wow.
But in the 50s, there's a Dutch physician who studied the licorice extract's anti-ulcer effects and noticed that patients suffering swelling and violent headaches and high blood pressure and chest pain were all caused because they had licorice extract.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So people who are eating black licorice probably should stop.
yeah.
Is what,
Yeah,
was what I'm
Addison.
saying.
I don't. I've never see it anywhere. That's the thing. So when I do see it, I have to eat it every day for 3 weeks straight.
I think it's more common on the East Coast because I remember when I lived in Massachusetts, like
Mhm.
you saw it at every store.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had a piece of licorice in, I don't know, maybe 8 years.
Oh wow.
Oh, since
I
you
haven't
quit,
seen
since you
it.
went on the patch. So, yeah, it says, for these reasons, medical researchers and health agencies warn against eating a lot of black licorice so they warn against eating a lot of black licorice at once or on a daily basis. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration likes to remind consumers of the life-threatening risks of licorice around Halloween each year. And the FDA has recently made a note that they've released. It says, quote, if you're 40 or older and eating 2 ounces of black licorice a day for at least 2 weeks, it could land you in the hospital with irregular heart rhythm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So don't do it.
Careful out there, guys.
Yeah. Just stop eating disgusting things like black licorice, you sick fucks.
Black licorice is the silent killer. So, yeah, as we approach the Halloween season, just maybe take a note of the kind of candy you're purchasing and eating yourself because you're not going to give it out to kids this year.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris. That's really timely, helpful information.
Very much.
No,
So.
you're welcome. Yeah.
So, I've got something I think is a little special, a little new for this podcast.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I found out about a book. This is coronavirus related.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I know you guys are really big fans of Bigfoot smut.
Oh, yeah. I can't
Yeah,
get
the
enough
biggest
of it.
fans, someone would say.
I've got some coronavirus smut.
Oh, no.
Whoa, what? What?
Oh, I can't even imagine how bad this is going to be.
The book is called Kissing the Coronavirus.
Okay. Oh, so they're like, this is literally about the virus.
Yeah.
It's not
So
about
this is
someone
like-
who has it.
Yeah.
Danielle still wrote a book about coronavirus.
The tagline is, she was supposed to cure the coronavirus. Instead, she fell in love with it.
Oh, no.
It's even worse than the title. Your subtitle is worse than your title. Stop.
So in this story, corona has devastated major parts of the world,
Uh-huh.
and in a lab with top scientists trying to find a cure, only 2 doctors have survived. So there used to be more doctors, but they caught the virus and died.
Okay.
The main character is Alexa Ashington Ford.
Okay. Yes.
I'm going to call her this entire time, even though she's a doctor, just Alexa, in
Okay.
hopes that everybody who's listening to it is listening to it on speakers
Uh-huh.
in their kitchen, and Alexa, every time I say Alexa, turns on.
Alexa.
Smart.
Yeah. So it starts with her working in the lab, and she is very turned on by the power of the coronavirus. Here's an what do you call those? Excerpt from the book. Despite the devastation the virus was causing across the globe, Alexa felt a rush of excitement every time she picked up the corona sample. Like a pulsating erect penis, desperate to unleash its destruction on anyone who touched it.
Oh my gosh.
She then proceeds to almost masturbate with a test tube
Oh.
filled with coronavirus, but is interrupted by her boss, Dr. Gurtlee Chud.
That's such a good name. I'm writing that down for our D&D.
Yeah, that's his entire last name. Now, just like with Alexa, his first name's Bob, I'm going to continue to call him Gurtlee Chud because I like it more. Now, Gurtlee Chud is a beta cuck soy boy with a mustache. He has a mustache, and that's a problem because, quote, she loved beards. A mustache was only the start of a beard. Like how a micro penis is just the start of a real penis.
That's really in the book?
That's in the book.
Oh my god. Oh, why does this exist?
So then Alexa decides she's going to put a drop of that sexy coronavirus into a vaccine on Dr. Chud's desk. Gurtlee Chud's desk. For some reason they have like the cure on the doctor's desk, and it's never really explained very well in the book, but she puts a drop of live coronavirus into the cure and then like doesn't tell him.
So he catches it?
Yeah. Well, he reveals that he has the virus, which makes Alexa mad because they haven't been practicing social distancing in a lab with coronavirus.
Okay.
Gurtlee Chud then injects himself with the vaccine that was tainted by Alexa because he decides that they're going to skip the entire approval process from the medical council.
Well, there's only 2 doctors left.
Wouldn't the vaccine kill the virus when she puts it in it?
I don't know. She's a scientist. She knows what she's doing.
I thought that was the whole point of the antidote was to cure the virus.
Yeah.
So putting the virus with the antidote wins.
You would think so, yes.
Oh my god. It's so poorly written, I'm sure.
Gurtlee Chud then injects himself with the vaccine. I already said that part. Okay. So he injects himself, and he turns into a green corona monster.
Okay.
Alexa describes him as such. Piercing blue eyes, supple lips, a wide jaw like the trunk of a car. Bulky, thick shoulders, flat stomach, a bulge in his trousers the size of a medium-length python.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Legs, and presumably feet, but Alexa couldn't see those behind the desk.
Oh my gosh.
It's like this was written by Twitch chat.
I'm dying. So they start going at it. His tongue, so soft and hot, like a chunk of microwaved fish.
Nobody wants that. That's not appealing.
Sloshing around her mouth. He lowered his neck and chewed away her bra.
Chewed it away, just like ate it.
Well, she's always wearing edible underwear, just in case.
Her breasts were unleashed. They bounced around like water balloons, glistening in the summer sun. She had nice nipples.
Okay.
That's it? It just
that's its own
a statement.
Standalone sentence.
Oh my god. What does that even mean? It's so subjective.
Right? Define nice nipples.
Yeah, I guess you just let your mind paint them for you.
Yeah.
They compliment you.
It's turn to page 23 if you like big areolas.
Yeah, choose your adventure based off of nipples.
Well then, after a little role play, they then fuck. A firm hand cranked against her ass, and COVID grunted a thunderclap. He filled her with love lotion.
Oh.
Stop it.
I can't. Which oozed out instantly and spread right across the floor.
Oh.
That will, without a doubt, thought Alexa, take a long time to clean up.
Oh my god.
I don't want to give away everything, but at the very end, it reads, "The author hopes you enjoyed this book. Any similarities to real life situations are purely coincidental."
Does the author have a funny name too, or like did they not write their real name on this book?
It's definitely a fake name, and it's a very like the first 2 initials and then like the last name. I forget what the last name was.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you want to read this, it's a short read. Just look up "Kissing the Coronavirus," and you can get through it pretty quick.
Wow.
Nobody should do that. Nobody needs to read this. Nobody needs to support the person who wrote this. They need to go away and die.
I honestly enjoyed it.
Of course you did. You sick fuck.
But if someone, let's say someone wanted to find this book, where would they find it?
Amazon, Goodreads. I found it on Amazon Unlimited, I think it's called. Amazon Kindle Unlimited. And I did a free 30-day trial, which I then read the book and then canceled my subscription right away.
Perfect.
And then deleted my internet history, and then took a big magnet and just rubbed it all over my hard drive.
Yeah. Your cache is thoroughly blasted.
Yeah. I was wondering why you had so many microwaves in here with computer parts in them, but now it's making sense.
Oh my god. I mean, there's parts in this book where it's like when Dr. Gurtlee Chud or whatever transforms into the monster, she's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I don't know." And she then asks, "Do you know who you are?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "Call me COVID."
Amazon's really providing a lot of value with all of the subscription services they want you to sign up for.
Yeah. So if you've got the Corona blues and you're trying to get a hard on, maybe this is the kink that you're looking for.
Yeah. The kink you didn't know you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if there's one thing that I've learned from doing our podcast and just being on the internet in general is that like kinks are like really far reaching.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If it exists, there's a kink. What's that rule?
34?
34?
34, like if it exists, there's internet porn of it.
Yeah.
And then like 35 is if there's no porn, you are obligated to make it.
This person obviously followed that rule.
Well done.
Yeah.
You know the internet.
Yeah.
You fixed it.
I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did.
I didn't enjoy it at all, actually.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this and you enjoyed it a little too much, you don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
We'll keep your secret.
I need to hear this. You have to call Anchor, or you have to go on our website and leave us a voice message.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what the fuck is wrong with you.
I'd love to see a fan art recreation of this story.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
It seems to me like it would do a really good crossover with that Flubber we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now that you have said that, this other doctor, Gurtlee Chud, like that seems like a role fit for Danny DeVito as well.
Right.
Now, would Danny DeVito be the Corona monster, or would he be Gurtlee Chud?
He would be
both.
He'd be good both. I think they'd have to use a body double for like all the sexy stuff, but
yeah. Like an obvious body double.
Yeah, like he's taller and more muscular. But in every other scene, it's just Danny DeVito in green face.
Superimpose his face.
He doesn't. This could just be part of Flubber 3. Like he could just be a mutated coronavirus because he's already going to be in green face.
Yeah, we're doing the work for everybody. We're writing this here, guys.
We're storyboarding it. We got some good things going on in the second act here.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out where
R&D team is on it.
Yeah.
Well, and movie theaters and the movie industry in general is like in big trouble right now. So anything we can do to help save it. Like we're saving them money by shooting 2 films at once with Danny DeVito and green face. So
yeah. And with the new like representation rules for the Oscars, like I'm thinking that greenface will get us like in the quota for representation.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get nominated, obviously.
Right. We just gotta grease some palms to get that Golden Globe or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Speaking of people hoping to get nominated for something, I've got something here for you guys.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Okay. Well, this says apparel firm is criticized after announcing an eSports dress for women.
An eSports dress?
Yeah,
For women.
a dress specifically for women, no one else, to play electronic sports in.
Oh my god.
Why is that a problem?
Because I promise you it's gonna be some like grid girls, like Eastern European bloc, like racy, trashy, very short skirt.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah, okay.
This isn't like Pioneer Women.
No. So what this is it's a very tight fitting, probably made out of some stretchy spandex type material. It's sleeveless, and it's very short in the skirt area. The model that they have it modeled on, they've removed all of the human parts, but they kept the boobs part of the model. And they're very large. It's called Cranium Apparel. So it's a skull with two swords through it, like a Jolly Roger. And on the back of the jersey, it has a spot for their gamer tag to go.
Nice.
So it's a black dress with red accents, right? White collar, that type of thing. Short skirt, no sleeves. And then this company, Cranium Apparel, tweeted out to their fan base, says, "Get ready, female gaming community," and then they have the woman symbol emoji. Esports dress now available? ? It's high time that we do something for the female gamers who receive so much backlash in this community. Stay strong. We respect you. Proudly supporting #women in sports. And then they say, tag every female gamer you know? ?
Oh my gosh.
Why the question marks?
Yeah. So what happens is a bunch of people aren't very happy about this.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So this company starts to defend themselves after a person who goes on Twitter by name Miss Shadowfax, which I'm sure is also a female gamer.
Okay.
She says, "Were any females involved in the design or decision making of this dress?" And then Cranium Apparel comes back and says, "Unfortunately, no."
Surprise.
Yeah, but now we're turning to the community for ideas, and this will help us be more informed in the future.
They're like trying so hard to get this right. The first time they completely fuck it up without them realizing that they are fucking it up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh shit, we're in trouble.
But like, how did this go? Like,
through so many hands.
Yeah, how much cocaine and caffeine was like going on in this office where all these guys were just like broing each other up the whole time? Like, oh yeah, shorter. Oh, lower cut. Oh, bigger boobs.
No sleeves.
Oh, yeah. Man. Well, what's extra interesting about this is I don't follow esports that much. I'll catch like certain clips of it on Twitter every now and then. But there's like a big, as you might imagine, there's a big guys like a division of it, and they don't mix with girls. They like separate them by boys and girls for the most part because they're not men. They're boys. But there was like this big thing, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago where, what game was it? Was it like Counter-Strike or something? There was like a big game where this really popular esports team was supposed to go up against this like all girls team. And they were like Eastern European or something. And so what they did was they just found like the most attractive female streamers they could and just put them on a team together to face against this guys team who had been practicing together for a long time, right? So like they were really good with each other, but it, obviously they destroyed these girls.
Yeah.
And everybody used it as an excuse to say like girls can't play video games. They should never be on the same stage as this. Blah blah blah. And so this is just perpetuating all of that. Is what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Yeah, I think something happened similar with it was like League of Legends or Heroes of New Earth, something like that, and they had like an all-female team, and they lost so many times in a row that they got kicked out of the tournament or like bad sportsmanship.
They put like razor blades in their socks and stuff. Like, I'll cut your Ethernet wire. I swear to God. I swear to Jod.
Well, I can tell you guys from playing, like I play a lot of Call of Duty, and anytime a female voice comes on the microphone, I don't know what fucking happens to these guys, but it is just like insanity.
Yeah.
You have like instantly the go make me a sandwich guy. As soon as they come on, followed up by the, oh, what's your DM? Let me get your DM. What's your Twitter handle? What's your Instagram? Send me your Snapchat. Like all of this going on, like the entire game. It's all anybody could talk about. Like, get out of your fucking basement and go get a hooker like a normal person so you're not so horned up, dude.
Right? Like, what? I don't know what it is in people's brains where they're like, there's a female on the internet.
Right.
She wants to suck my dick.
Yeah, right. If only I play Call of Duty good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if my voice sounds low enough on the voice chat, maybe she'll let me follow her on Instagram. It's just, I don't know. I actually would be interested to know if anyone's ever gotten into a serious committed relationship with someone that they met on voice chat playing Call of Duty.
Ooh.
It has to have happened at least once, right?
Yeah.
Mark, can we look into that? Do some research?
Yeah. Maybe we can make it happen if it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Maybe if I keep playing and I work on bringing the voice down.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just all the time like, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I'm trying to clap these cheeks.
Yeah.
Something that people say on there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get in that DM. Yeah, what's your Snapchat? Like, maybe I'll finally find love.
Yeah. I believe it's possible.
Oh.
Couldn't hurt.
When you shoot your shot enough times, you're going to hit something.
Yeah. That's what my team tells me when I keep missing with the sniper rifle. Just keep shooting your shot, Tim. You'll get it eventually.
I think that's what Hamilton was about. He kept shooting his shot, and he got with like 3 women, Tim. So
yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
But
and he like invented our whole financial system. So I mean, maybe you could do something like that.
Yeah, that's why he's on the $10 bill.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I didn't see the play.
You haven't seen any plays.
Maybe. I was in a play.
Was it a church play?
No, I was like in a school play for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Were you the Chocolate Factory?
The entire Chocolate Factory, yeah. I was actually the screen that they like projected onto.
Yeah, Tim's like, it actually really wasn't a play. I just went out into the courtyard and just took a dump in front of everybody and said I'm Charlie and this is my Chocolate Factory.
Performance art.
Yeah. Is that not the same thing? Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know what a play is then.
Yeah. Oh man, speaking of art, there at the museum right now in the Guggenheim, there's just a banana duct taped to a wall, and everybody's losing their minds over it.
I fucking hate modern art.
Yeah. The title of that exhibit is just called Comedian, and it's just a banana duct taped to a wall.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Anyway,
how far do you think your head has to be up your ass to think that's good?
Yeah.
Well, there's a sculpture made out of tortillas. Yeah, there's
that I respect though.
Yeah. There's like a bust of a few people made out of chocolate, one out of dark chocolate, one out of white chocolate, and they're just trying to see which one melts faster.
That's a science project. That's not art.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So the Guggenheim's got a bunch of wild food stuff happening right now. So so if they can do that, Tim could take a dump in the quad and say he was in a play.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Oh man. I think we're cutting it around that time. We should transition to a thought experiment.
Oh yeah.
I'm so ready.
I'm gonna sink my teeth into this thought experiment.
Is there more
it's
to
not
that?
Food based. I could find a food based one for you.
Can't wait to take my wide jaw like a car's trunk and just
Chew off a bra.
chew a bra.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a lot to clean up.
Yeah.
Oh man. Just by looking at it, I can This week's thought experiment comes by way of our new listener, Sydney from Australia. Thank you, Sydney, for sending this in.
Man, her parents are clever.
Yeah. Excited to have you.
They
ask,
not redheaded.
Yeah, well, she could stand to get some money if she was.
I suppose Sydney could be a boy's name, though.
It is also a man's name.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if you want to clarify, please let us know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure it's just safe to assume. I don't
No,
see any harm in
we
that.
don't assume genders here. It's not something the part-time podcast does. Chris, we talked about this.
All right, so this week you can transform into any vehicle you want.
Ooh.
Ooh. I would take weeks to figure out what I would transform into.
You know so many
I
vehicles.
know. Yeah, there's so many things to weigh out.
Can you do like a hodgepodge of different vehicles?
Oh, good question.
Like the El Camino, that's a car and a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I turn
it just
into
says
a convertible and a Lamborghini?
any vehicle.
They already make Lamborghini convertibles.
Oh, sorry. I don't know cars.
Well, you're thinking too small. It doesn't say car; it says vehicle. So you could transform into like a Segway and go skydiving.
I would turn into a convertible F-15 bomber or whatever. I don't know airplanes either.
You could turn into an aircraft carrier.
There you go.
Yeah, a convertible aircraft carrier.
Yeah, because we all know that it's Addison's dream to have all those men inside of him.
Boom, roasted.
Oh my god, I'm dying. Oh.
But everybody literally thinks that you're their dad.
Oh no.
Literally everyone, they think you're their dad, no matter who you meet.
Wait, are you my dad?
You promised.
Where have you
Or-
been in my life?
If you don't want everyone to think you're their dad, everyone you meet thinks you're a spider.
Oh no.
Most people don't like spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some
But
people
they
don't
would
like their dad.
Would they think that you're a spider the size of a spider, or they're a spider the size of me?
I don't know. If this question came from Australia, that spider could be the size of a person.
Yeah.
They're like the size of a Volkswagen over there, man.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
that
it'd be
whole
upside
country.
down.
A convertible Volkswagen.
They'd be like, "You think that's a spider? This is a spider."
Oh my god.
Ugh.
I would say that you'd be a spider the size of a human.
Yeah. Okay.
You
Like
wouldn't say it was relative
like
to
a
whatever vehicle you
Spider-Man.
chose?
I
A
guess
spider
so.
van? Do you say with a
Oh.
V?
Yeah, he's a Toyota Sienna. He's very responsible.
Yeah. I see. I would think that'd be people would think you're a spider relative to the size of the vehicle you chose.
Okay.
Okay.
So, like, if you're an aircraft carrier size spider, then like
Jesus.
everybody would be trying to destroy you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be getting like nuked or some shit.
Uh-huh.
But if you're an aircraft carrier size dad, then how does that change the scenario?
Wait, so when we are we permanently transforming into these vehicles, or is it something like Transformers where we can like go back and forth?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say you have to transform into a vehicle. It says you can transform into any vehicle. So, like, I don't think you have to choose the same vehicle every time because you have the power to transform into any vehicle.
Okay. And do I appear as a spider or a dad when I am a vehicle? Or
at all times?
At all times.
At all times, they think that you are that spider or their dad.
Imagine how confusing that would be if you saw a convertible Honda Civic driving down the road and you'd be like, Dad?
Yeah, right. My dad's always been so practical and reliable.
Is that an 04 Honda Civic, Dad?
Yeah,
it's an 87. Oh man. Or you saw like a really nice car, like I don't know, what's a nice car? A Audi? And you're like, Dad, looking good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
You're looking sporty, Dad.
Right. Or you see a Hummer, you transform into a Hummer, and they're like, hey, hit the weights, huh? And my pops is like old Arnie.
Oh, you mean that kind of Hummer.
What kind of car do you think is most likely to have mowed the lawn without shoes on?
Oh.
What is the car equivalent of that person?
A Ford Ranchero. Because it's like an El Camino, but worse.
Well, the guy that I saw mowing his lawn without his shoes on, in the front of his house, he did have like an old beat up minivan.
Yeah.
Okay. With no windows.
A Chrysler Town and Country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm getting the vibe from you guys that you would choose Dad, but I just want to know why you'd choose Dad and not Spider.
I think I'm gonna go with Dad.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna like make some people's days.
Yeah.
Because they're like, whoa, I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Or
lots of people are gonna think that.
Yeah. Or they're gonna be like you walked out 27 years ago. What happened? You know.
And now you're driving out of my life again?
Right.
Slow down.
Yeah. So you're gonna have a myriad of different conversations. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're a spider, if you were a spider, the majority of people are just gonna try and kill you.
Yeah.
Or rehome you.
Yeah.
And get you somewhere else.
Yeah. Or freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be kind of fun to have everyone freak out. I mean, I would freak out if I saw an aircraft carrier-sized spider.
Or you're an airplane and it's a flying spider.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that. I'm out.
Yeah, that's some Florida shit right there.
Yeah. Nuke me from orbit.
Yeah. I mean, spiders are basically going to be the only things left in Florida soon after everyone dies from COVID from being reopened. But,
right.
Neither here nor there. If you're in Florida, please wear a mask and stay safe.
Yes, please.
So, yeah, I think that's Dad because it lends to more interesting conversation.
Plus, you can get access to so much more.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine, like, Dad, is that you? Yeah, can I go backstage at that concert?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
Hey, everybody. Everybody's dad is here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they'd only need one chaperone for the whole room.
Oh man, you can like borrow money from everybody.
Yeah.
So
you get a 20.
if you're the dad, but you can also transform into a vehicle like that. Do you just take your daughter and her boyfriend out on a date if they can't drive? Like, and
inside of me?
Yeah, inside of you.
That's an Addison question there. It's a non-starter for me.
Oh man! And then if it's a special date, do you turn into a limo and like try to impress everybody, or do you turn into a jalopy?
Yeah. So they leave your daughter alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look,
but
how
your
poor my dad.
Your daughter's date also thinks you're his dad.
Like that's such a dick.
Yeah. Wait. Your dad is my dad? Oh no!
When this date is over.
Yeah. What we did behind the lockers was bad.
Oh, think about all the weddings you could crash.
Yeah. Yeah, you can get free shit all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even JOD would think that you're his dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That would totally work.
You would become JOD.
Yeah, he just shows up and he's like, by the way, it's JOD. Is that my dad?
Yeah. That's my dad. Man. He's the size of an aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
No one goes to him except through me.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh, man. Well, thanks, Sydney, for sending that one in this week. It's been really fun to think about. If you got to answer this week's question, you can go ahead and send that over to us at pt.podcasters@gmail.com. You can also tweet at us, or you can send us a message on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. The links to those are in our show notes. Or you can also go to ptpod.fun and find those links. Maybe send us a voice message. That would be fun. I'd like to get some like spookier Halloween flavored questions since we're in October. I think that would be fun. If you have like a unique story or experience or something you want to share, or like a question that has to deal with I don't know, anything Halloween or October related, I'd love that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's try to get spooky over the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Real spooky.
Yeah. Real spooky ooky.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is the only time of the year that we're actually allowed to encroach on everyone else's game who already does spooky stuff better than we do.
Yeah.
This is our free
time
pass.
Of year to be goth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always wanted to be goth, and every October I get to.
So send those our way, please. If you're still listening, we'd love that.
Or also remember to like write a review for our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Give us 5-star review and let all your friends know about us.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've asked for reviews, but we've gotten a few new ones lately, and it's always fun to see those pop up.
It is very fun.
Yeah, and hopefully no ghosts are writing reviews. And if they are, we'll take them too, but I'd rather they be actual humans.
Whoa, I did not know that we were going to ghost shame on the podcast.
I'm not shaming them. I just said I don't want to be anywhere near them.
You just said they weren't human.
Yeah, we don't anti-body shame here.
Yeah.
I don't think ghosts are human.
Whoa!
Wow. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, let's end this thing before
I didn't know that was controversial. Okay, fine.
Replace ghosts with any race, and you'll see why you're in error.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. On that note, my name is Chris, and this has been the Part-Time Podcast. Don't quit your day job.
That was painful.
Yeah.
This is Tim. We live for you, and we die for you.
And this is Addison. If you see a friend, tell a friend.
I messed it up because there was a fly on my nose. Okay, sorry.
There's the outro.
Yeah,